Live. Welcome to the Chaos to Cash Flow, where business owners come here and get clear on what they need to do to make their business get some serenity in the way of cash flow. I had a video I was going to play for you, but I can't find it now, which goes to give the kind of charm to what we're doing here, which means it's real, it's organic, it's authentic, it's our real selves. And we're playing in some new technology, which I love. If anyone who's watching this knows me, they know that I love tech. And whenever you got new tech going live, we could do this recorded, but I don't feel like it's the same recorded. I like the live. I like the high wire. And today is our first show. So thank you for joining. What we're going to be doing here over the next, who knows, next few months, next few years, who knows? But we're going to be bringing on sales masters, marketing masters, C-suite masters, and something that I consider myself a slight edge master. And what that means is that you can do all the executiving, leading that you want to do, all your marketing and all your sales. But if you're not doing every little thing that you could do besides what you're a master at, besides the easy stuff, besides the stuff that comes natural to you, that's what's going to grow and explode your business. The slight edge is all about doing the hard stuff and not doing it to mastery, but just a little bit. Get a little bit better at selling if you're not a good selling. Get a little bit better at marketing, a little bit better at leading, a little bit better at building relationships and building your systems and being better examples for the people who follow you. That is the slight edge advantage. We're going to bring on some people over the next few months, like I said, who are masters of all these things. Today, we have a true sales master. And we're going to bring on somebody that I just recently met, but I know that I've already invited him into one of my orbits, one of my main legs of my groups. And we're watching it explode just in the first few days here with memberships. And we have a lot of good stuff in store for that channel. But Aswan Crookshank, he's the author of 4 books. He's the host of Move Swiftly podcast, which I have here. Buddha boom. Move Swiftly podcast. He is the one and only Move Swiftly speaker who gives a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. And let's bring Aswan on. Welcome to Chaos to Cash Flow, my friend.
Thank you for
Welcome.
having me. Thank you for having me, man. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, we've got. I just know that when we met the other day, I think it was Saturday, you came down here from Boca, and we spent a couple hours here in the studio and out in the training center, just kind of talking and gelling, and the energy we were going back and forth in the direction that I see you want to go in, really matched the places that
Yes,
I've been striving to get to.
yes. It's important, man. It's important, and that's given the world now. And I'm dropping gems early for you, just so you know. This is how I do when we started recording. Given the world that we have now, and the fact that we're shrinking so much, is like you can instantaneously feel someone's energy, and you can decide within that first 5 seconds of meeting the person is this person gonna be for me or is not gonna be for me. I have a
Yeah.
great mentor of mine. His name's Trey Baldwin. He breaks it down into 2 minute people, 2 hour people, or 2 day people. So anyone listening and try to get yourself around 2 day people. And I could tell Jeremy was a 2 day person real quick.
Today, what's funny is that I have this sense of urgency about me, like everything has to be done today. So I guess that's true in
Yes,
both factors
yes.
because I have that sense of urgency. Everything, my hair is like always on fire, but it's not necessarily a
Right.
bad thing when you got people like yourself who obviously, man, you're a calm, cool, collective person, man. Tell us a little bit about all the things that you're doing. I know you're a teacher. First of all, let's start off with congratulations for the give back for that. So, what do you teach, and where'd you find the passion in that?
I teach a little bit of everything. So the school I'm at is called the Creative Center of Education, and it's a brand new school that's not even a year old. And being an author and being, like you mentioned, having 4 books, it's the challenge becomes who am I going to introduce my literary works to? Who can I be around that's going to grow what it is I'm trying to do? So I was looking for a place that I can grow with, and the Creative Center of Education just kind of came about. And and in fact, it's a funny story. So the previous center I was at, they put me on administrative leave because they put me on administrative leave because I said some things to the kids that weren't appropriate. And that day, I got on my shit and started looking for different schools because I thought I was gonna be fired. And what happened was I found this school. I did the interview the next day and got an offer that next Friday. So I got put on administrative leave Wednesday and got an offer from another school that Friday. So
Wow.
to answer your question, what I teach, it's life. So now I'm gonna be able to
Yeah.
tell that story to kids when they go through certain situations.
Yeah, you got some real life examples from that. When you
Right.
were talking here about some of the things to look forward to doing, and you want to start a center for kids centered around
Hmm.
sports centric boxing and such. Um, what was it that gave you that kind of idea to spark that vision, and maybe something that came from your
Hmm.
past, and how close are you to
Yes.
getting that to come to fruition?
Um, well, the center you're referring to, the plan is to build something called the Make Your Move Youth Center, in which we teach boxing, dance, and entrepreneurship. And the thing that sparked it is the fact that I was bullied growing up. And I was bullied not by the students at all. I played football. I was a football player. Bullied by teachers. I've
Mm,
been manhandled by teachers. I've been in situations where I've had teachers assault me. And one of the things I wrote my second book about in Make Your Move is the importance of learning how to defend yourself and the confidence it gives you as a kid. So before COVID happened, I was a trainer at this gym named Nine Round. I was a boxing trainer, and I saw the effect that it had on people. And being a former athlete, I started to recognize some of the moves. So if you take a jab step, we're in basketball season, right? So the first punch that we teach in boxing is jab. And when you get to
yeah,
basketball, and when you guys watch basketball from here on out, you're going to notice as soon as a player gets the ball, the first thing they try to do is take a jab step to control the defender. And I started to see the synergy. So I started seeing that over and over again. And this was after I put out my first book. In the second book, I'm like, there's something here. There's something here. There's something. There's an actionable step. So the idea to do it was just kind of in my head. But what I started doing when I was working at Nine Run is I started training some of the ladies that came to the gym outside of the gym because COVID was happening and the gym was
yeah,
closed. So I started putting on free workouts at the park. And I realized people like they pay for that. There'd be some mothers that bring their kids out, and that's when I realized there's an actual need for it. So once you find, and this is important for anybody listening, you have a lot of great ideas. I get it, but until you can figure out a need, like what's someone going to take money out of their pocket and give it to you for, like we're on Chaos to Cash Flow. It was chaos in with the coronavirus. Until you find something that
yeah,
somebody's going to take money out of their pocket, Zelle you, Cash App you, whatever. Until you find that thing, you don't have a business yet. You have an idea. It's a difference, all right? Like there were mothers who saw me at Nine Round and they took money out of their pocket and said, "Train my son and daughter." And that's when I realized, okay, now we got something. So that's from that point I wanted to be around kids more often, and that's when I started looking at youth centers and figuring out what exactly is going to be the need day to day. I know that was a
yeah.
long answer, but
No, but I love it
there's a
because the
lot
long
to ask.
answers sometimes they're just needed because you got the passion is
Hmm.
evident, right? And when you're passionate about something, you can
Hmm.
talk about it forever. And
Right.
you and I both talked about doing a lot of things in the future. So I mean, right off the bat, we started talking about our vision of the future, and one of the things that I told you was I had this group just sitting here dormant, zero. I invited zero people, and it was success secrets of sales masters. Just try to help salespeople get that slight edge advantage, just get a little
Hmm.
bit better every day. I think we've done it 3 days ago. It was Saturday. Today's Tuesday. We've got over 100 members already joined up
Exactly.
for this. It's
Over 100
incredible
members. Shout if
the
you're listening,
synergy.
by the if you're listening to this on Facebook, appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, Facebook blew us up, man. I've never had that much movement, and I think it's just because the synergy, the things that you get, the sum is greater than the parts, right? Greater than you, greater than me, and we put us
Right.
together, and you get this. this thing that is just obvious
Hmm.
that your passion to help people, my passion to help people are definitely out of the same vein of passion. So I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to
Yes.
doing a lot of great stuff with you, with the people that are in your orbit, bringing ours together, and kind of like a nice little
Hmm.
marriage. You never just never know where you're gonna meet somebody that's gonna make your life pivot to where you could be exposed
Right.
to so many other people
Hmm.
both ways. Where it's a really symbiotic
Yes.
relationship. We're gonna have some great people on here. Tony Leone is on deck to come on board here, and being a speaker, I've got access.
Before you go, it's
There's
here.
Tony. That's his
It's his
daddy
dad.
Ray, who wrote that book, Sales Funnel. It's I've got
Man, I
two
am running
people.
through that thing, man. I can't put
We
it down,
that's
man. I cannot put it down. Thank you for bringing it
the
to me.
success secrets of the sales funnel. People think it's about lead generation. It's not. It's about a systematic approach to being a sales machine. So we'll get into
Right.
that on another show. I love that you have it there. Oh, wrong one there. There we go.
Yeah, man.
all my buttons I'm getting used. So I got a whole new deck of buttons here. Let's see. Here's my new studio for
Oh,
everybody out
oh,
there on
cool.
Facebook
Nice.
Live
There you
there.
go.
So I got a lot of new buttons here in front of me, a lot of new dials. I need a new producer sitting over here with me is what I need. And we'll get that soon enough. But yeah, I'm proud to have you as the very first guest on the very first day of Chaos to Cash Flow because, again, I think that between being a sales master and C-suite master and slight edge master, I mean, we've got a lot of that stuff going on. We're going to get better at marketing,
Hmm.
and we're going to help a lot of people, you and me, together.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes. And I mean, to your point, I have to tell the story of how I came into your world because this is something that every listener, every person that's listening to me right now, really value this. All right. I decided this year I was going to become a marathon runner. So I joined this run club named the Palm Beach Road Runners. And last 2 Saturdays ago, I ran with the group, and there happened to be a guy there who I'd never met, who just happened to. I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland. He just happened to come from Maryland. He has a Maryland number. His name's Alan Hess. And we got to talking after our 10-mile run. And he's like, my wife's a speaker. Yeah, my wife's a speaker. So he links me with his wife. And, I get on the conversation, I get on a call with his wife. It's her name. Shout out to you, Vicky, if you're listening. And she says, look, if you're going to be a speaker, a full-time speaker the way you want to be, you got to join NSA, which is National Speakers Association. And she goes, if you want to get paid to speak, now you can speak all day. You can be, do all the free shit you want to do. But if you want to get paid to speak, you got to join NSA. So again, I look up NSA and the South Florida chapter. There's one number, one guy's name that's on the actual website, and it's the guy I'm talking to right now. Okay, guys. You got to understand, it is all like that. If you want success, you got to condition your mind a certain way to where I didn't give a shit. It was a Saturday, Sun doesn't matter. If you're really about this life, there's a certain level of conditioning in your mind that you just got to be constantly going. So that's how it works. That is exactly how it works.
Yeah, and it's funny that the one thing led you to the next thing that led you to the next thing that
Hmm.
leads you to something
Right.
that we don't know what this is going to turn into, But
Hmm.
I'm just always excited at the start of everything, and I'm someone that puts it all in. I call it going all in and going all out. All right, so um,
Right.
that you said, man, you pick something like marathon running, right? Like holy moly, like that would never
Hmm.
float into my head. But for me, starting something else that's just as like outrageous for somebody who's never tried the
Hmm.
marathon run, I say I'm going to try to do something. People are like, "Holy crap!" Like, when do you sleep? Right? So, but it leads to me,
Right.
getting friendly with people like Ron Carr and Tony and Ray Leone, like the
Yep.
book, and you see a name
Hmm.
on a book that's 30, 40 years old, and now I'm partners with the guy, right? I am the first
Hmm.
licensee in America. He's on my
Crazy.
speed dial. You just don't know. You
Crazy.
don't know until you pick up the phone and you ask. And I tell you again, I'm
Yes.
excited that Aswan and Jeremy show is coming to your town. I promise you, coming to your company, coming to your
It is. It
meetings.
is. It is.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
sky's the
dude, I'm
limit.
getting
So
sitting there getting
um,
goosebumps.
What would you like to tell people on the way out? But I do want to say a little secret is that we're gonna exit out of
Hmm.
this live stream, and then we're gonna try to do a joint live stream right after this as like an overtime thing in the Facebook group. So for
Hmm.
the success secret of sales masters on Facebook, you jump over there right now and try to join in. I'll approve it. We're going to try to go live in that group right after this, just right in a few moments after we end this, just to give some little added value to that group here. But what would you like to say to the
Right.
masses that are watching now that haven't gotten wise
Hey,
to our little Facebook group yet?
again, take it day by day, man. Take it day by day. You won't get there overnight, but I promise you, this is a living proof example right now of what happens when you condition your mind. Okay, take it day by day. That's it.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that you are also a slight edge master. You know, I know enough about your past to know that you've had significant adversity to overcome. I know enough about it that I
Yes.
identify and resonate with that your challenges. I've been there myself. We get into that in another show, but
Hmm.
um, thank you, Aswan. You're like a brother from another mother than me, and if you know anyone who knows my story
Right.
knows that means a hell of a lot. And so I'm there for you, man.
Yes. I can't wait to get into it. Actually, you gave me two books, so I can't wait to. As soon as I'm done with that one, you're next. So.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
talk. We'll talk soon. Hang around because we're going to jump into the
All right.
success secrets of sales master together. I want to thank everybody who's watching this on our first show here, Chaos to Cash Flow, where we're going to bring on sales masters, marketing masters, C-suite leaders, and slight edge masters to make your life more serenity with cash flow. We are out of here for tonight, but be back in. Just keep watching because we're going to come live with a lot of shows a couple times a week, and we'll see where this goes. Sky's the limit. Thanks. Check you.